Alright, what's up, y'all? It's Brandon from Flesh and Blood Brothers. I'm here looking at the Bright Lights set previews. Going to play in a pre-release tournament tomorrow night. So I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on the cards so far. Overall, I think the set is going to be a fun, sealed format, draftable format, shuffle and play format. And we got the expansion slot going, supplementing a few classes here and there, and then we got some new legendary equipment, some reprints. So I'll just get after it systematically here. The Fable is cool. Mechanologist gem that gives a item with crank steam counters when you pitch. So I'll touch quickly on the three heroes. We got a new Dash, we got Max, and we got Teklovasan. So Dash is going to be centered around looking at the top of your deck at any time and playing Mechanologist items from the top of your deck as instant speed actions. Max is concerned with putting hyperdrivers in play, and they'll have crank. So that's the keyword that the cog is looking for example, and there will be many other benefits to using the crank mechanic. I think Max is going to be the most straightforward to pick up and play, and I think his playlines are pretty solid and very fundamentally sound hero. I think it'll be the easiest one to pick up of the three. And then you got Teklovasan, who is going to be using the new Evo equipment at instant speed from his banish zone. So we'll definitely get into that. And I'm sure you've seen by now the Singularity specialization for Teklovasan, where it transforms your hero, your weapon, and 4 Evo equipment into a necropotent, Shadow Mechanologist Demi-Hero Equipment Evo. So in the release notes, anything that destroys equipment will destroy Teklovasan, the transformed here, and you will lose the game. So be cognizant of that in your matchups. But it's pretty damn cool, and I'm happy that LSS is exploring this Demi-Hero some more. So we'll talk about that later. We have a new Mechanologist legendary head equipment. This is concerned with hyperdrivers, so it's kind of like Mask of Momentum, but with hyperdrivers. You draw a card, and it has Battle Worn instead of Blade Break. We got a reprint of the Teklo Foundry Heart, which is pretty essential for boost Mechanologist builds. We have a new Mechanologist equipment that's adaptive, so it can be equipped in any zone, head, chest, arms, or legs. It has 1 defense with Blade Break, and then you can destroy an item to give it +2. So it's an interesting 3-block with an item in play that you can have in any one of your equipment slots at any time. And now you have base equipment, so you have base, here, base here, and then the Evos, the Evo equipment goes on top of base equipment. So we have a set of base equipment that is friendly to the boost mechanic. This puts a card back from your banish zone into your deck. This gains you 2 resources after you pay 1 and have boosted this turn. If you've boosted it, an attack gets +1. Gain an action point from the legs. You got a Blade Break set for extra defense, and then you got the Proto set, which you can put into your deck in a limited format. So Evo is it's a Mechanologist action equipment, so you can have 3 copies of each of these in your deck. And they do block 3 from your hand because it's an action. And then you pay to transform a base equipment into this. And so when it transforms from or into an Evo with a different name, your hero gets +1 intellect to the end of the turn, and then you have a headpiece with 3 temper on it. So I'm going to make a separate video just going over the intricacies of this equipment. Yeah, +1 intellect from the head with 3 temper, which is crazy. Gain 3 resources when you equip this one. These arms let you put a 6 power attack from your graveyard, 5th from the top of your deck. Set up a big Evo boosted attack. And then the legs also have 3 temper, and you gain an action point when you equip it. So that's a blue 4-cost 3 temper Evo equipment set. Now we have a red free, and instead of an action, this is an instant that blocks 0. So it's an instant, so you can equip this at instant speed. So yeah, again, you transform the base head into this, and then if you have hyperdrivers in play, you can reduce damage next time you take damage. And then whenever you boost, you destroy a card underneath this, so a hyperdriver underneath it, to shuffle 2 action cards from your banished zone into your deck. The armor does 2 resources per boost when you have the hyperdrivers underneath it. The arms give you a +2 to a boosted attack as long as you have hyperdrivers underneath. And the legs create quicken tokens if you have hyperdrivers underneath. So that's pretty fancy. So I can see Max Nitro using this because he has a lot of synergy with hyperdrivers. We have a yellow action equipment with 3 blade break on it. You destroy a card underneath it, so that would be the base equipment. And then your next weapon attack gains when it hits draw a card. This one, your next weapon attack costs 1 less to activate. This one, next weapon attack gains +1. And this one, attack an additional time with the target weapon as long as you have the action points for it. So this one's kind of a weaker set, but it's yellow and it does block 3 with blade break. We have a rare action equipment set. So the Teklo Blaster, we saw that in the round the table spoilers. So this centers around the Teklo Blaster. And then we have the Evo Sentry set. So I think Teklo Vasen will like this a lot because it's it blocks 2 from hand, but it also, you equip this and it has 2 battle worn. So you'll have multiple sets of battle worn, because remember, you can have 3 copies of these if you wanted, so you can just keep, churning through that armor, absorbing a lot of damage. This is kind of like the dash centered Evo set. So this is action equipment Evo. So this one, you draw a card, then put a card from your hand on top of your deck. This one, you destroy a card underneath it and put a steam counter on something you control with Crank. So that'd be pretty good with Max too. Put an item with cost 0 or 1 from your hand into the arena. It's got 2 blade break. And then this one, create a quicken token when you destroy it. So you can block with it for 2, and then at instant speed you create the quicken token. So that's pretty fun. And then the last Evo set is yellow and instant again. So you banish a card from your hand to draw a card here. You get a resource at instant speed when you equip this. At instant speed, you can give an attack +1. And at instant speed, you can give something go again. So you can kind of use this as like an attack reaction of sorts to surprise your opponent. And next up, this is like the Teklo Vasen centered Evo Oriented Attacks. So at Majestic here, we have Annihilator Engine. It's a 6/6/3, but you ideally want to do this when you're, best case scenario, you're transformed and you're considered to have 4 Evos equipped. Otherwise, you just count up the Evos that you have on at the time of playing the attack. So if you have 4, you get all of these modes. So at first, you're going to say, when it hits a hero, destroy all cards defending this. So again, if they have to rely on defending with equipment, you'll destroy it. So if you control 2 or more, it costs 3 less to play for a total of 3 only. with overpower. Overpower means you can't defend with more than one action card. And then 4 or more gets +3. So a 3 cost 9 at the best case scenario. So that's a pretty fun mechanic. Terminator Tank at Majestic. It's going to be a 3 for 9 with overpower. And when it hits, they discard a card. And then War Machine is going to be a 3 for 9 with overpower. When it hits, destroy all cards in their arsenal. So similar to the Vincent widespread package, now we have this Annihilator, Terminator, War Machine package for Evo based heroes. And then we also have Demolition Protocol at Majestic. It's a 3 for 7, and depending on how many Evos equipped, you're going to be able to remove steam counters from your opponent's items and weapons and armor. So that's pretty cool. Pulse Whip Protocol, 3 for 6. When you have Evos equipped, your opponent has to reveal their hand, and you can choose a card for them to block with. So similar to Pulse Wave Harpoon. Pretty cool. Magnetic Protocol forces the opponent to offend with equipment with counters on it. Good for drawing out key pieces of equipment. And then Steel Street Enforcement is a block. So a block is a new card type. It's not a defense reaction. It's just purely a block. So you play it during the defense step. So this is a base block 1, but while defending, it gains +X, where X is the number of Evos you have equipped. So it's a blue block 5 at best. Typically can be a blue block 2 or 3 pretty easily. So I think that's pretty cool. Majestic. Now we're getting to the rare and common attack packages here. So this one just allows your opponent to block with attack action cards with cost less than X. Good to leak damage through. This is kind of like the sealed fodder. Liquid Cooled Mayhem is pretty interesting. It costs 1 less to play for each Evo you have equipped, so it's a 0 for 6 when you're transformed, which I think is pretty powerful, especially the blue. Nice little thing to have in your deck. This is a 3 for 5, but it gets +X, where X is the number of Evos you have equipped, and it blocks 3. So pitch a blue, you can attack for 5, 6, 7, 8, or even 9 with this. So I think this is a good rare, and this will be seen play in a Tickle Vossen sealed format. Now it goes on to the items. So again, Dash is going to be our item-centered hero. So Grinding Gears. So all of these items may or may not have Crank on them. So Crank is a new mechanic. As it enters the arena, you can remove a steam counter from it. If you do, you gain an action point. So this kind of allows you to play an item and still do stuff on your own turn. The downside is it'll stay in the arena 1 less turn. But again, that's pretty cool. And then this one makes the target hero destroy the top card of their deck. So you can kind of do some mill shenanigans with it. Prismatic Lens is a Majestic Yellow with Crank. You can reveal the top card of your deck and put a Mechanologist item of the same color from your banish zone on top of your deck. So this allows you to get items back from your banish zone, from items lost while boosting, etc. So you can set up some pretty cool plays with this. I like it. This one is the yellow 1 cost with Crank. Put a Mechanologist item with cost 0/1 from your hand into the arena. So this helps you, as Dash, you're going to be playing a lot of items, so this helps you get the no blocks out of your hand. Not sure how powerful that's going to be. And then this one is Stasis Cell, pretty interesting. When it enters or leaves the arena, activated abilities of target equipment can't be activated until the end of controller's next turn. And then you can also put this on the bottom of your deck, choose an equipment, and it can't defend this turn. So if you think about Tickle Vossen Transformed, it is an equipment, so you can't block with the 6 block hero that turn. And it makes it so they can't activate their abilities, so they can't banish 2 cards from their soul and attack for 6 with their hero, for example. Stasis Cell, I think, is a very interesting item. And then we have another Majestic item, Tick Tock Clock. So it does have Crank. At the start of your turn, you destroy it, and it deals 1 damage to you unless you remove a steam counter from it. And then its power is when a make an knowledge attack card action you control hits a hero, destroy this and up to 2 other items in arena, and then deal X damage to them. So you can use your own items that are out of steam counters to damage your opponent at instant speed this way, or if your opponent is playing a lot of items like Max and Dash, you can use this to kind of clear the board a little bit and then deal additional damage to them. So I think Tick-Tock Clock and Stasis Cell are the most powerful Majestic items so far. These are the rare items. We got a Fuel Injector. At instant speed, you can put it on the bottom of its owner's deck and they gain a resource. Again, with Dash, you'll be playing these at instant speed. And yeah, this is also instant speed, so it's kind of cool. I do like Medkit. It's a blue. Put it on the bottom of its owner's deck, gain 2 health, so you can, do this multiple times per game. It's kind of a cool little mechanic. And then this one is a steam canister. At instant speed, you can put it on the bottom of your deck and put a steam counter on an item you control with Crank. So it'll keep your items out for an extra turn if it has a really powerful effect. We have the reversal script. Attack action cards, or just action cards in general, get -1 while defending your Mechanologist attack action cards. So again, Dash can play these at instant speed and kind of mess up her opponent. Like this gives your attacks +1. This gives the cards defending -1. And then this item gives +1 defense. So at instant speed, you can kind of do some shenanigans on offense or defense. Backup protocols return action cards from your graveyard to your hand, which is pretty freaking cool. Anytime you can pick a card in your graveyard and put it in your hand, I think that's pretty powerful. So that's for red cards, that's for yellow cards, and this is for blue cards. Boom Grenade is one of my favorite items. It's free, and when an attack action card you control hits, you destroy this and deal 4 damage to your opponent. So raw damage is always very nice. So the red Boom Grenade, I think I'm a big fan of. Dissolving Shield enters with 3 steam counters. You can prevent damage with it. That's good for arcane damage. That's good for any damage. That's even good for like Boom Grenade damage, for example. The Collider has 4 steam counters at when you play it, and then when you boost an attack, you can destroy it and give your attack +4, for example. So if you play this at instant speed, yeah, you can give your next boost attack +4, which is pretty nice. Mini Force Field, same thing, different vibes. 1 for 4, and then it has Ward X. So most likely Ward 4, which is pretty cool. Overload Script is common. Gives an attack action card overpower, where your opponent can't defend with more than 1 action card. So this will be good against Teklevasin in the sealed environment for sure. Megahertz Script gives all your attack action cards go again for that turn, or maybe your next turn too if you keep the steam counter. Pretty cool. And then autosave script, when it hits, put at the bottom of your deck. So I think Megahertz script is the most powerful because that way you don't have to boost. You can save your deck there. And Teklevasin, all of his mech attacks don't have boost, so this is a way to kind of chain those together at the end of the game. Hyperdriver is a reprint, but this will be available in the draft format. And now we're moving on to more Mechanized Majestics. Hyper Scrapper is pretty cool. If you banish 3 or more Hyperdrivers doing this, you gain +3 attack and 6 resources, so that's pretty crazy. Kind of a cool card. Scrap Trader, scrap. You can gain up to 4 resources for that. Pretty cool. Good combination with like a high octane turn or something. Hydraulic Press, 3 for 6, and if you scrap a card, it gains overpower. Ratchet Up. If an item you control has been destroyed, so if you ran out of steam counters at the start of your turn, you destroy it. Now, at 1 for 5, action cards get -1 while defending. Interesting. This one creates a quicken token when it scraps, a 0 for 3. Soup up. If an item you control has been destroyed, it gains go again. So again, at the beginning of your turn, an item destroys because it ran out of steam counters. Then you can slap this 0 for 4 with go again down. Pretty cool. This one, same thing. 2 for 6, but it gets overpower. This is a block for 3, 2, and 1. And then, yeah, you can destroy an item and give it +2. So a block for 5 with an item in play can be useful. Yeah, just kind of draft fodder here. But we do have this card, Heist to Majestic. 2 for 5 with boost. When it hits a hero, you can put an item with cost 0/1 from any banished zone into the arena under your control. So very, very cool. It's going to be an awesome card to play with. You can steal any of Dash's items from their banished zone, put it into play under your control. Maximum Velocity reprint at Majestic, 2 for 10. Only if you've boosted 3 more times. Moonshot is kind of like a max specialization of sorts. But yeah, you can destroy hyperdrivers. You control. You get +3 for each hyperdriver destroyed this way. If it has 10 or more attack, it gets overpower. So pretty cool there. Steel Street Hoons, 3 for 3 with boost. And if an item you control has been destroyed this turn, it gets +2. So pretty flexible card. Can block for 4. Can be 3 for 5 with boost. Just pretty flexible blue Majestic there. Twin Drive, very new fun toy with high octane, and cards like Max Velocity. So you just boost twice, 2 for 5, block 3, pretty fucking sick. Magnetic Lockwave is an action that forces opponents to defend with equipment. So you're looking at New Horizon and Spring Tunic and things of that nature. That makes them have to use it. System Failure is Majestic at yellow. It removes all steam counters from anything in the arena. And if 2 or more steam counters are removed, you deal 2 damage to the opponent, which is pretty cool. System Reset, X cost Majestic, where you banish X mechanologist items you control with cost 0 or 1, then return them to the arena under owner's control. So this will get your steam counters back. If you have a bunch of things without steam counters, you can re-enter the arena with steam counters on them, so you can keep your effects around longer. And then we have the Mechanologist Art of War, Fabricate. So you choose 2. You can equip base equipment with Proto from its name from your inventory. So you can put more bases out there if you need them. Evo permanents gain +1 defense this turn. You can put the card underneath the Evo to give it more ammo for that banishing effect. And you can also banish the Evo from your hand to draw a card. It's a very flexible card at free instant speed. Kind of some Max Nitro draft stuff. Boost, if you control Hyperdriver, gets overpower. Spring Leak is pretty cool. 2 for 5 boost. If it hits, remove all steam counters from something they control. Smash and Grab, if you boost it 2 more times, this gets +2 and you can gain control of an item. Gigawatt is kind of like the Ranger math bump. So an action that blocks 2, costs 1, your next mechanologist attack gains +4 power. Pretty cool. Firewall, again, that's a 4 block, and it can help you reveal Evos from your deck. Pretty cool. Just some more, boost, crank kind of stuff. I do like the flavor of these cards. Dash gets these attacks 0 for 3 with boost. If it hits, you can put an item with cost 0 or 1 from your hand into the arena. Unclog your hand. Just cool cards. It'll be fun to play in the sealed environment with these. And then we have some expansion slot stuff. So we got the token hyperdrivers. We got the Shriek Razors for assassins. You destroy it and give the attack defending action card -1 defense. And then Already Dead is a new 2 for 6 that blocks 3, where you can banish the cards from the top of their deck and cards that are defending with. So you can banish equipment if they're caught lacking. Smashing Performance helps destroys items for the brutes. Tectonic Rift creates X Seismic Surge tokens, so with an all blue hand you can do some crazy shit there. Wax Off goes with Wax On for the ninjas. Zen State tokens. And Bolden Blade, turn a face down card in any arsenal face up. If it's a defense reaction, destroy it, and your next weapon attack gains +1, go again. So, a blue block 3, 0 cost action with go again. Very powerful for warriors. Riptide got a new arrow. We got the Sonata Phantasmia for Viscerai, where you create X rune chain tokens, and if X is 6 or greater, target hero discards 3 random cards. So some pretty cool, OTK Viscerai build or Viscerai vibes there. Wizards got attack contest the minefield, where you can give a hero -1 intellect on their turn. So they draw up 1 less card. Kind of nice. Tome of Impure Flame is going to be pretty nutty with Flamescale Furnace. Draw a card if you roll, draw 2 cards, and then pitch 2 red cards with go again. So you're going to filter your hand, you're going to create Ash. You're going to be having a good time. Warband of Bologna has 2 with Temper and interacts with the charge mechanic. And if you charge a yellow card, you draw a card. Pretty cool. Slay, instant speed, destroy target angel ally. Pretty cool. And then we got a reprint of Fyendal Spring Tunic. So overall, I think this set's going to be a lot of fun to play. There's a lot of interesting strategies. I like the items. I like the Evo stuff. I like the scrap stuff. There's enough here for every hero, I think, to stand a chance in this draft and sealed environment. And I think Max is going to be the most straightforward to pick up. Dash is going to be pretty cool and fun to play with as well. And Teklovasa and the Evos are going to be fun to explore. He can block for a shitload, so watch out for that. So very excited about the new set. I'm definitely excited to try out some Teklovasa play. And let me know what you guys think of the Bright Lights experience. Looking forward to pre-release weekend and playing these tournaments going on Friday night. So see you guys there. And I'll come at you with some more videos about the Evo equipment and deck ideas as they come in. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.